Alright, when I went to pull the codes, I got that.
Okay, this here is the power balance function that we've got on this thing. It's just like the old IDS would do on that, real similar to it. I'm going to lock the park brake, and I'm going to put it in reverse, and I'm going to give it some gas to put a load on it. And see, when the engine is warm, it misfires worse.
Hear that induction backfire.
See that number 1 tracking low?
Number 1's got a nice low track on it. We're going to be working on that one.
Looking under the hood here, the number 1 is right down there. And it's a little clustered up. It's up in the front. I've already replaced the spark plugs on this one time, but I got to investigate this. And I'm going to start out by spraying some soapy water down there to see if I've got a bleached spark plug wire. And so I'm going to do that now. Water down there on the spark plug wire. Usually if you've got soapy water and you spray it on that plug wire and it starts going pop, 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 pop like lightning around there and misfiring, you'll know you got a breached plug wire. I don't have that here, so I'm going to need to pull that spark plug out of there.
Alright, I got a fender cover on there so I don't scratch anything.
This is a set of Cornwell spark plug wire removal pliers. You can see they got those little steps in there for pulling those off. You can't always get on every spark plug wire with them, but I'm going to give it a try. You know, this is the TRI-6L if you wanted to know the part.
Right, I got me a stool to stand on there next to the truck, and down in there is where we're going to have to go to get it out. I used a piece of hose after I broke it loose. I'm going to screw it out with a piece of hose, and there's the spark plug right there in my hand.
I'm going to replace the spark plug first because that's the cheapest thing to do. There's an outside chance it might be the coil, but from the way it feels to me, it's most likely going to be the spark plug because it's an uneven bite, 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 you know, like they usually have.
It could be the coil.
And I didn't see any kind of spark plug wire leakage. So now it's time to go to the parts store. Here I am on the way to the parts store. I'm not looking at my scan tool screen. I'm just basically holding it in my hand.
I hope I don't have a coil problem. There's the parts guy looking up the spark plug. And there's the spark plug he sold me in the old one. Those sockets there, either one of those will work. One of them's constant velocity and the other one's not. That right there is the dielectric grease, and here's my fender cover back on there.
Right, I hung my scan tool there on the dash in front of the radio. And I'm taking a drive with my new spark plug in there. It looks like I got a little ghost of a skip now and again. You're going to have that on that power balance screen.
Whoop, there's the induction
right,
back.
I still got a skip.
Still got a skip.
I still got a skip. It looks to me like I'm going to have a coil pack after all.
Well, doggone it.
Because fire on number 1. But one of the things I didn't want to do was replace all 6 of the spark plugs and then find out I had a coil pack. That's a lot of extra work. And these spark plugs aren't that old, but it's definitely still skipping on number 1. So I am going to have to go to the parts store and see about getting a coil pack. The coil's down there, and I'm going to need to put this on there. There's not really much else it can be except for the remote possibility of this plug wire. However, when I sprayed water on it, it never started popping. And if it's compromised internally, it will have a dusty look on one end or the other, and I looked at that. And so what I did was, I saw the wires out. I'm going to go ahead and mark these wires here. You might notice this one here has got 1, 2, 3, and then it's got 5, 6, 4. That's how those go. And so anyway, let's get started here.
All right, there we are with the coils disconnected, and I'm using this little cobalt tool.
Taking this one here out
after I broke it loose. Long-winded, takes a little while to screw it out of there, but it'll come. There it is. Yeah, I gotta.
There's the coil. Don't see anything wrong in there, but you usually won't anyway. Alright, we're running here. It's not skipping at idle, and it was doing that before. I'll need to reconnect my scan tool and do a rescan on it, but looks to me like we pretty well found this one out. But my software upgrade button says I got a bunch of software upgrades, but I'm not worried about that. Right now I'm going to go to diagnose, and then I'm going to go to history, and then I'm going to go to this forward here, this one here. Let's see. That's it. We're going to quick access that one. We're going to go back to power balance. Going to special functions, powertrain, power balance. Okay. It's communicating. And we got a nice even power balance. Alright, I'm going to brake torque it a little bit. See, you see a little shadow track every now and then, but you don't have a dead misfire.
Yeah, we took care of that problem pronto.